Welcome to Kicking It with V. I am so excited to be here tonight. And tonight we are doing something a little bit different. This is episode 4. And so what we're doing today is basically, it's just me. Y'all want to kicking it with V. So now we are kicking it with V with just me. So, what we're going to do tonight, I wanted to come on and pretty much talk about what I do as a business development coach because I think a lot of people know me and they see that I do a lot of different things, but I'm not sure if people really understand what I do in my business development business. So, that's what we're going to be doing today. All right. So, I'm going to wait for some of y'all to come on and get yourselves together. Uh, and if you come on and you catch this, it's not the beginning. Just make sure that you catch the replay and you watch it from the beginning. Like, make sure you are watching these from the beginning because what we're doing, we're giving some amazing information out. So, let's jump right into it. What I do, I am a business development coach. I help entrepreneurs jumpstart, kickstart their business. I can take you from any level. If you are wanting to start a business, I can help you. Or if you are already established, I can also help you in that aspect. So it pretty much just depends on where you are in your business and what you're looking for. I have group sessions and I also have one-on-one sessions where I work with people one-on-one to develop their business and to kick their business to the next level. I have a signature class that I do. I used to do it a couple of times a year, but this year we're trying something different. And I'm only doing it once a year. And that is my Kickstart Your Business class. It's at the end of the year. It gears you up to go into the new year if you want to start a new business. That class is only for people who are not established in business, like they don't have their business structures. They just have an idea or a hobby and they want to turn it into a business. So if that is you, I do have that class and it is going to be at the end of the year. I also do strategy calls where if you're an established business owner or you want to start a business, you jump on a call with me. I ask you what you want, what's your goals, what you're looking for, and pretty much I help you get the strategy to get that. I do accountability because some people need accountability. So with accountability, if you have a goal that you want to reach, I am that accountability coach behind you saying, hey, you said you wanted to do this by then. What does that look like? How are we doing it? Have you posted on social media today? Have you created that financial spreadsheet that you needed? So things like that. Okay, so we went over the strategy call. We went over accountability coaching. I also do a 6 week coaching program. I'm sorry, it's 5 weeks. A 5 week coaching program where we work together for 5 weeks. Once a week, we get on a call or we can meet in person if you are locally. And we go over everything from structuring your business, business credit, how to apply for business credit, how to maintain it, um, pretty much everything from A to Z in a business, depending on where you are in your business. Um, I offer free discovery calls. I want everybody to take this down. I offer free discovery calls. In this discovery call, we get on a call. You tell me what your business is, what you're looking for, and I'll let you know if I can help you. Because to be quite honest, I can't help everybody. I am not the coach for everybody. I may not be the coach for you, and you may not be the business owner for me. So we get on that call and we kind of figure that out in that one call. And then in that call, I pretty much tell you what I think will work best for you. You have the ability to go on my website and see all of my pricing, but I tell you what I think will kind of work best for you, and then we go from there. I have payment plans, so a lot of people say, "Oh, I would love to do that," but we all know as business owners, sometimes we can't afford to pay certain prices, and I get that. So I have payment plans for all of my services that you will be able to do. I am all about the business owner, and I'm all about helping them. Um, so that is something. But let's get into kicking it with the guys. Grab your paper, grab your pens, or take notes in your phone. Like this is going to be some good information that I'm going to be giving out tonight. I wanted to talk about business strategies for the average business person or general business strategies that all business owners could take into effect and to make your business better, to kickstart your business, to scale your business up. Um, I thought since I've been doing the 30-day challenge, I'm going to do a general 30-day challenge with everybody. And with these 5 business tips, if you implement these 5 business tips into your business, you should see some type of scaling or some development in your business over the course of the next 30 days. You all know Kicking It with V is the show that I bring people on. Last season, what we did was we just gave women their flowers and I just allowed them to come on this platform and talk. This year we are doing the same thing, allowing people to get their flowers and to showcase their business, but also we're doing 30-day challenges. So I am giving out 5 strategies when I get on a call with these business owners, and I'm giving them 5 strategies to use for the next 30 days. And with those 5 strategies, they'll come back and give a review. So now I'm doing it with the audience. So I'm going to give out 5 general. Let me make this clear that this is general because I want it to be able to be applied to anybody's business. Some of these strategies you probably have already used. Some of them you may not have used. But if you do all of these things and stay accountable to all of these things for the next 30 days, you should see some type of increase in your business, whether it is financial increase, whether it is like just being seen, like more follower increase, more people acquiring into your business, things like that. So get your notepads out, take notes in your phone, come back and watch this video because this is going to be good. And at the end of the 30 days, I would love for everybody to come back if you did it and if you stayed accountable to come back. Even slap me a message in my DM if you want to take this challenge. Like just be like, hey, I watched your live tonight. I want to be a part of the challenge. Hold me accountable because I do hold the people who come on my show accountable. So I'll hold you guys accountable. So if you want to do the challenge, send me a message. If anything that you heard on this show benefited you, send me a message. If you need a business coach, if you're interested in a business coach, reach out to me. And also, if you want to be on Kicking It with V, we are always looking for people to come on. If you want to be on Kicking It with V, you think that I could help you in your business, then definitely send me a message. All right, so let's just jump right into business strategy tip number 1. The first strategy tip that I have for you today is going to be to make sure you have your business structured. Anybody who knows me knows that I am very, very big on structuring your business. If your business is not structured, I'm sorry to tell you, you have a hobby. You do not have a business. During the pandemic, we've seen a lot of people getting their LLCs, get your LLC, get your LLC. And a lot of people had negative comments about that. And some people have positive comments about that. Let me tell you why I think it is super important for you to structure your business. If you know me, you know a little bit of my backstory about that. I have been in the business industry for over 21 years now. I have been a hairstylist for 21 years. I've always owned a salon. Even before I moved to Georgia, when I was in Philadelphia, I had owned several salons. None of those salons were structured. None of those salons were properly set up because I did not know. So the things that you don't know, you don't do. Even when I moved to Georgia and I opened the Glam Bar Salon, I was like, you know what? I am going to make sure that this business is legit. I got my business license. I got all of the things. I got a bank account. Like, I felt like I was legit. And then maybe 3 years into it, I learned about structuring your business, about getting an LLC, or people weren't talking about corporations too much back then, but getting an LLC. I looked into it. I got my LLC. And what I learned was that being a sole proprietor, and that's what you are if you don't have your business structured, you can register as a sole proprietor. Being a sole proprietor, banks do not recognize that. Lenders, people who you're trying to get money from, they do not recognize that. So if you have a business and you're operating as a sole proprietor, I would very, very much tell you to stop and structure your business. There are several different ways that you can structure your business. There are several different types of structures. So my first recommendation would be to structure your business. You can be an LLC, you could be a corporation, you could be a nonprofit. Operating as a sole proprietor or a DBA as a bank account does not mean anything. You're just a regular person. You are not recognized as a business owner. don't remember, I don't know if you guys remember, it was either the EIDL or the PPP, one of those loans. If you did not have your business structure and you did not have a real business bank account. And when I say a real business bank account, I mean you have a business bank account where you had to show your articles of organization bank account, not a bank account where it's a DBA, Venus Mac, DBA, the Glam Bar Salon. That is not a real bank account. Anybody can walk on into a bank and open up a bank account, and they don't need um, any type of paperwork. If you're opening up a legit business bank account, you have to show that article of organization, which you get that with your LLC. So that's going to be my first point, making sure that your business is structured. Once again, you can be an LLC, you can be a corporation or a nonprofit organization. Number two is going to be to identify your target audience. What I say about identifying your target audience is that you need to know who you're going to service. It does not matter what type of business you are in. It doesn't matter if you're a hairstylist or if you make clothes or if you are a social media marketer. You need to know who your target audience is. What goes hand in hand is it's going to be like a two-parter for number two is identifying your target audience and knowing what your niche is. I'm going to use a hair salon because I'm a hairstylist. So for me, at the Glam Bar Salon, my niche is natural hair care, healthy hair care. Everybody knows if you want to get a great silk press, if you want to have a healthy hair, then you should go to the Glam Bar Salon because that's what I specialize in. There could be other stylists who specialize in with wig installs. There could be other stylists who specialize in locks. So you have different stylists or braiders that do different things. Once you realize what your niche is, and I mean one niche, like one thing you need to specialize in. And then once you get that thing, like let's say, um, let me think of something else, another type of business. Let's say, okay, what's another type of business? What's another type of business? Okay, let's say you are I wanted to use that one. Okay, let's say you design clothes, right? But you have one style, like you specialize in crocheting clothes. Let's use that business as an example. I do not want to see you out here. Okay, let's say you're a business fashion designer and you specialize in crochet clothes. When you start out, I want you to focus on just crocheting clothes, master crocheting clothes, right? And so your target audience will be people who want to think out the box, who just don't want something sewn together, or somebody who doesn't want like a dress made from fabric to a dress. You're going to focus on somebody who just wants to crochet clothes, and that's going to be your target audience, somebody who wants something different, somebody who wants something custom, somebody who wants something that's going to stand out. Your target audience necessarily wouldn't be somebody who plays it safe or somebody who just wants to do one thing. Another example of this would be a doctor, right? If you needed to get heart surgery, would you go to a pediatrician or would you go to a cardiologist? Like people who want to specialize in the heart, they're cardiologists. They go to school for that. They master that. Now, could they possibly do something else? Absolutely. But that's not what they're advertising for. They're not advertising that, hey, I can check your blood pressure. They are advertising that, hey, if you have a heart condition, then I am the person that you need to go to. So me coming back to the salon, although I specialize in natural hair, does that mean that I can't do protective styles? Absolutely not. But what I did is I decided that, hey, I wanted to specialize in natural healthy hair, and I mastered that. I did all of the research. I did all of the work. And now I have those things. And now it's like, okay, now I can venture off and to do more things. But if I would have tried to do all of that at one time, I would have failed. And I'm very transparent moment. Like frontals, people know, my clients know that I don't do frontals. For one, I don't think that they're healthy. For two, that's not what I wanted to do and what I mastered. So I don't do those. Now, I do have some clients who wear frontals and they're like, listen, you're my stylist. I don't want to go to nobody else. But I don't do frontals. I can count on my hand how many frontals I do, probably in a year. So Mastering what you're good at, finding your niche is going to help you get your target audience. And your target audience is going to be the people who you are going to target. Does that mean that you can't work with somebody who's not in your target audience? No. And I want you to hear this very clear. As a business owner, your target audience should always be changing um, every couple of years. And you should be very intentional with this is who I want to work with for this season. Well, yes, I will work with other people, but this is who I'm targeting. This is who I'm going after. At one point, Georgia Southern students were my target audience. I wanted to get with those students because they resonated with me more. They were from big cities. They wanted um, more options. So Georgia Southern was my target audience for years. But then I evolved and I grew. Now, do I still have Georgia Southern students? Yes. Do I still advertise on Georgia Southern campus? Yes. But that's not my target audience. Now, my target audience is mainly women who live where I live, but they're not necessarily from here. They're older, they're more mature, they want good quality service, they want great customer service. They're not somebody who jumps chair to chair. My target audience is not a person who jumps from stylist to stylist. Will I do somebody here who jump from stylist to stylist? Absolutely. But are you my target audience? No, you're not. And that's okay because guess what? We grow and we evolve and we change and we have to do things better. So we have the first one is making sure that you have your business structure. Your second one is going to be to make sure you know your target audience and your niche. And then your third one is going to be branding your business for sales. When I say branding your business, it can be a number of things. Now, branding and marketing goes hand in hand, and everybody knows that I am not the marketing queen. I don't really know how to work social media. And that's okay. I think as a business owner, you have to realize what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you have to know how to outsource. Outsource has been one of the best things that I have incorporated in my business because there are just some things that I don't know how to do. There's some things that I don't have the time to do. And some things I don't want to do. So when you get to that point, it is best to outsource. One of the things that I outsource is social media. I have a virtual assistant. She is God sent. She has been with me for over a year and she knows my business. I think I've had a virtual assistant for the last maybe 4 years, and every last one of them were good until they weren't. And so they do my social media. If you look at my social media, it is uniformed. It is what it's supposed to be. Check out my social media on Instagram, Venus McCall. Check me out um, on Facebook is Kickstart Your Business. You are Kickstart You Are Business. Look those up. Look at what the social media looks like. And if that's something that you can't do for your own business, that may be something that you need to outsource. And I know I'm into outsourcing now, so let's stay here for 1 second. I also outsource cleaning services for the salon. I am not a great cleaner. I don't like cleaning. Cleaning my house is enough for me. But I want to give my people who come into the salon, I want to give them good quality, top tier cleanliness. So I also outsource a cleaning service. I have somebody who's been with me probably for the last 9 to 10 years, who comes in and clean my business. She knows exactly what I like. She now knows what my customers like. She is able to come in and to get the job done. That is an expense that I will always pay for. Social media marketing and cleaning my business. Another thing that I outsource is my financial services. So I have somebody who makes sure they keep up with all of my accounting needs. I get reports from them. They keep it up. So when it's time for me to do my taxes, I can go right to that file and it is already done. So those are three important things that I outsource. Can I keep up with my finances? Yes. Do I want to? No. Can I clean my salon? Yes. Do I want to? No. Can I run my social media? Yes. Do I want to? No. So here's the thing. When you become a business owner, do the things that you want to do and not so much the things that you don't want to do. But always make sure you know how to do the things that you don't want to do. I'm not telling you to get on here and just be blind to your business. I can make a reel. I can schedules posts on social media. I can do everything that my virtual assistant does, but I don't want to. So that's something very important. So go back to branding your business. So when it comes to branding your business, let's talk about social media. When I say branding your business, if the name of your business for me is the Glam Bar Salon, I want your website to be www.theglambarsalon. If you don't know how to get that domain for your website, there are a couple of domain hosts that you can go to. GoDaddy is one, and then I Want My Name is what I use. I Want My Name is another one that you can go and you can buy your domain. When I say buy your domain, that means solidifying that the name of your business can now be a website. So you will have www.theglambarsalon.com. I think that is so important. When I go to people's, and this is no shade, but when I go to people's page and they're like, click the link to come to my business, and I click it and it's something that I can't remember, like it's like www blah 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 abcd 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, it grinds my gears because yes, I can go to your Facebook and click your link. But what if I wanted to type in www.theglambarsalon.com? I can't do that because your website is www.8754321. Y'all, make it simple. Make it plain. Make it something that your customers will be able to go to any web browser at any time. What if Facebook shut down? What if Instagram shuts down? What if Linktree shuts down? How are people going to find your business? They won't be able to. Make sure it's plain. It literally costs less than $20 a year, I believe, to get a domain. Invest into that $20. If you can't invest that, then you have to start reevaluating what business ownership looks like to you. Make sure your brand, you can have a domain for that. And then when you get that domain, I want your social media to be the Glam Bar Salon. All of my social media handles for the Glam Bar Salon is the Glam Bar Salon. My website is www.theglambarsalon.com. My email address is info@theglambarsalon.com, right? Because let's talk about emails. When it comes to banks giving you money, when it goes to looking professional, you cannot have the glambarsalon@gmail.com. Now, granted, I do have that email address, the glambarsalon statesboro@gmail.com, because when I started out, I did not know anything. So I kept that. But when you know better, you do better. Nobody taught me this. This is all things that I researched. That's why I'm so passionate about being a business coach, because I want to make sure that the things that I did not know when I had to struggle, I want to give it to people. Right? So that's the thing. So make sure that your brand is like uniform. Make sure that it looks cohesive. Make sure that everything is together. Make sure that all the colors match. Make sure your logo match. Make sure, just make sure it looks like a business. The biggest things when banks go to give loan to business owners, especially small business owners, is to look like that it's a legit business. Like, we cannot go to your social media, and this is something that I had to learn the hard way. I don't want to go to your social media to book an appointment and I gotta watch a story about, I gotta watch or go through your timeline and look at you at the club or you and your significant other. Like, I want to see business stuff. When I go to your page, I want to see business stuff. That was something that I had to learn the hard way. And that's what I had to learn, that I had to take my hands off of social media, because social media for most people teaches us that we're supposed to be on there having fun and bypassing time. No, social media, if you're on social media to make money, your social media should reflect that you're trying to make money. So that's another thing. Number 4, deliver amazing customer service. I think customer service is going to break you and get clients that you could never dream about because you give out good customer service. Have you ever been to a restaurant that had the food was just okay, but the atmosphere, the customer service was superb? So you always go back because you're like, yeah, the food's not so good, but the atmosphere is nice. The drinks are nice. The customer service is always good. Make sure your business is giving out the best customer service. When things happen, give out the best customer service. Like, always give out that Chick-fil-A. Like, let's talk about Chick-fil-A. I'm not a big fan of Chick-fil-A's food, but I'm a big fan of Chick-fil-A's customer service. So if I'm somewhere and Chick-fil-A is across the street from McDonald's, now, and guess what? I don't know if I want to say I like McDonald's food more than Chick-fil-A. Okay, I will say that. I do like McDonald's food more than Chick-fil-A, but 9 times out of 10, I go to Chick-fil-A over McDonald's because I know that the customer service is going to be good. The restaurant is going to be clean and nice. That goes with giving your customers great service. I know that if something happens, they're going to be open. McDonald's is going to be nasty. The food may be good, but when you look through that kitchen, like when you're in a drive-thru and you smell that smell, like it makes you automatically like, why am I here? The people who work there are nasty. If something is wrong, they're giving you nasty customer service. So although I prefer McDonald's fries and fish fillet over Chick-fil-A's fries and nuggets, I'm probably going to 9 times out of 10, I'm picking Chick-fil-A because I just know that for peace of mind, it's going to be a good experience for me rather than going to McDonald's. So make sure that you give away amazing customer service. The last thing is to keep track of the things that work. When running a business, I think a lot of it is trial and error. We do not know. Most of us who own business are breaking generational curses. We're doing something for the first time. We don't have a circle. It's a lot better now, but there's not a big circle of networking and people trying to give you tips about business. So when you do something in your business and it doesn't work out, that's fine. Keep track of the things that work. If something works for your business only for a season or only for a quarter, keep track of that too, because some things could be seasonal. Just like how Chick-fil-A, they have their banana pudding milkshake or ice cream, excuse me, or McDonald's with their Shamrock Shake and their McRib sandwich. If you guys notice, that thing is now on the menu year round because they know that that Shamrock Shake is only going to be good for a certain amount of time. So just keep track of what works in your business and what doesn't work for your business. So that was 5. I want to recap them really quick. Make sure you have your business structure. Identify your niche and your target audience. Number 3 is branding your business. Number 4 is deliver amazing customer service. And number 5 is keep track of the things that work. I hope that this was informational. I think I'm going to do some more of these thrown in because it's very beneficial for you. For me to give out strategy tips, like this is what I want to do, this is what I like to do. If any of this was helpful, please drop in the chat. Like, yes, this works for me, but this works for my business. This doesn't work for my business. Also, make sure you guys drop in the chat the name of your business. And if you see a business owner, put in the name of their business, follow them. Like, let's support each other. I always hear people say, raising a baby, it takes a village. I feel the same way about running a business. I think it takes a village to run a business. You cannot do it by yourself. You need to stay connected around people who are doing the same things that you do. Make sure that you follow me. If you're not following me on all platforms, make sure you click on my website and check out and see the things that I do. Schedule a free discovery call. Like, let's get on a call and let's make it very personal. You guys can see me now on social media, like everybody else, but let's get personal with each other. Like, let's talk one-on-one. I would love to talk with you guys. I would love to um, tell you guys about what I offer, and I look forward to talking to you guys. I hope you guys love this episode of Kicking It With V, and I hope that you guys come back next week and always watch us. We will always be streaming on Wednesdays nights. Have a good night, guys. Talk to you later.